Leadership power. There are 7 sources of power. These are based on the taxonomy of power proposed by French and Raven, and it helps us understand the basis of power a leader has available. How the leader uses these powers will depend on his or her success as a leader. The sources are legitimate, reward, coercive, connection, information expert, and referent. Legitimate power is based on the leader's position of power given by the organization. It is the formal authority from the organization. This type of power can be unpredictable and unstable. If you lose the title or position, legitimate power can instantly disappear. The source of power is the position, not the person. This type of power is appropriate when asking people to do a task that is within the scope of their job. Most day-to-day interactions between a manager and employee are based on legitimate power. A leader using legitimate power gets the compliance because they feel that this person has the authority only by virtue of his or her position. Reward power comes from the ability to give valued material rewards or create other positive incentives. It refers to the degree to which the leader can provide motivation to others through benefits or gifts. In a project environment, this motivation might include praise, recognition, promotions, increase in pay, extra time off, rewards, or special assignments that are desirable. This requires that the leader has control over the resources. The power comes in part from the authority to allocate resources and rewards. The reward power is useful as long as the reward is perceived as having value. This type of power is best used when people do a good job, and rewarding them is a great motivator to continue that behavior. Coercive power involves punishment and withholding rewards to influence compliance. It is based on fear of reprimands, probation, suspension, or dismissal. Threats and punishments are common tools of coercion, implying or threatening that someone will be fired, demoted, denied privileges, or given undesirable assignments. This type of power is used when trying to maintain discipline and enforcing rules. When people are not willing to do as requested, coercive power might be the only way to gain compliance. It is difficult to use due to its consequences on morale and motivation. It should be used in very extreme cases and as a last resort. Connection power. The source of power is based on the leaders' relationships with influential people. Connection power is a form of politics. Having the right connections can give you power, such as access to senior managers or other decision makers in the organization. As a leader, you can attain this power by gaining favors and being a source of information for the people you connect with. Use this power to form a coalition of people that can support the project or a decision you need to make. A leader who demonstrates connection power induces cooperation from others because they wish to gain favor or avoid the disfavor of the powerful connection. Informational power comes from access to facts and knowledge that others find useful or valuable. That access can indicate a relationship with other power holders and convey a status that creates a positive impression. Informational power offers advantages in building credibility and rational persuasion. It might also serve as the basis for beneficial exchanges with others who also seek that information. It is used when people need information such as procedures, policies, or information from senior management that is not readily available. An example is people that have access and control information such as information gatekeepers. Expert power draws from a person's skills and knowledge and is especially strong when an organization has a high need for them. Limited than most sources of power, the power of an expert typically applies only in the specific area of the person's expertise and credibility. Being an expert in an organization or project makes people dependent on you for solutions and directions. People often respect an expert. The more people come for your advice, the greater is your expert power. It's important that expertise does not become unimportant or obsolete. Reverend power is based on the personal relationships with others, based on loyalty and friendship. Reverend power comes from the ability of individuals to attract others and build their loyalty. It is based on the personality and interpersonal skills of the power holder. A person might be admired because of a specific personal trait, such as charisma, integrity, or likability. And these positive feelings become the basis for interpersonal influence. This is the most important and real power that leaders should adopt, because it is all about the quality of the relationship developed with others and how those relationships are built. This power depends on personal traits and values such as honesty, integrity, and trustworthiness. People with high reverent power can highly influence anyone who admires and respects them. As a leader, you need to understand that each one of the type of powers and how it becomes and how you're using them. Depending on the context and conditions of the project, you might need to use different types of power that may be available to you. It is also important to understand how and with whom you use this power. The chart shows the spectrum of the 7 sources of power, from the position power to the personal power. Power is not a static condition. It changes over time due to fluctuation conditions and the actions of people and the organization.